Okay, there were a bunch of people saying they couldn't hear me. I have no idea what was going on. I know we got a lot of bad weather up here. I hooked up to my laptop, so I don't know if something went wrong with my laptop or anything. So now I'm back on with my tablet. Um, Hopefully the other stream died off. So I definitely try to end that one. If I am on a new chat, I'm gonna go into this old chat. I don't even know if this old chat's still up. Um, so there are people coming back on. I apologize for that. I don't know what happened. Can you guys hear me now? Is there anybody who have any problems with hearing me now? Okay, I'm gonna have to figure out. I'm gonna have to get me a technician over here. I'm serious because I've done every single thing that I can possible to try my best to make sure that I can get this computer system working. And if I can't get it working, I'm just gonna continue to work with my tablet and try to probably just try to improve my tablet, man, and see what kind of editing software and things I can get on this. I'm not trying to make it the best system in the world, but I would like to make it, to where I can use it effectively. So what I talked about in the beginning of the last video, since people couldn't hear me, and right now that light over the top of my head is too bright, so y'all let me turn it off because I'm getting a real bad glare. Um, Getting a real bad glare from that. I didn't like that glare I was getting. Um, but what I was talking about before I started the video was I did a few videos last week, and and I really don't take back anything I said, but I do. I said I wasn't gonna apologize, but I am going to apologize to some of the people that I offended. Um, a lot of good came out of the video for what I did, and a lot of bad came out of the video for what I did. And that's what you learn in life. Um, so I am going to apologize for some of the people that I offended. But hey, at the end of the day, it is what it is. I gained a lot and I lost over 40 subscribers. I was like, wow, that many people hated what I said, or that many people either disliked me. So just watch the show to watch the show. So things like that happen. Um, but I'm not quitting. I'm not gonna quit. Right now, I'm gonna continue to try to grow the channel. I'm gonna continue to try to give out the best content that I can give out, and I'm gonna continue to be me. You know what I'm saying? Um, I understand facts don't care about feelings. Hey, I understand that, my brother. It is what it is. Um, I appreciate it. Like I say, I did my channel a little different. I wanted to, and I'm gonna continue. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I wear my emotions on my sleeve. Sometimes it's fake. I mean, sometimes it's hard for people to believe, and sometimes people just don't want to hear it. And I understand that you can always tune out, but sometimes that's just what I do. I feel like we're a family. But what I am going to do is, for the rest of the year, we're gonna do pregame videos, and we're gonna do post-game videos. And both of the pre and post-game videos are gonna be about you guys, not about me. It's gonna be about what you guys think. So hopefully I can gain me some more subscribers today, since I lost over 40 since I lost over 40 in 2 days. Maybe I can maybe I can gain me some back. But phone lines are open, and I'm gonna call back the last caller because he was talking, and I had to hang up in order to start back. So I'm gonna call him back and let him finish explaining what he was talking about, and then we'll continue to take phone calls. So
Hello.
what's going on, my brother?
Hey, Big A, this Big Will.
What's going on, Big Will?
No, I tried to call you earlier, but I was looking at your YouTube page and couldn't hear you. So
Yeah, I had
I
to
know you
click
was
out.
trying to.
I had to click
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
I had to click
yeah.
out because I don't know what was going on. I don't know if it was my laptop has been giving. It's a brand new laptop, but like I said, I'm not a tech guy, and every time I fix one thing, something goes wrong. So For the rest of the day, I'm probably just gonna do my tablet and try to improve my tablet instead of trying to
Okay.
continue trying to improve this laptop. I'm trying to figure out better ways to make my tablet work. To make my tablet. The
Okay.
only thing I don't like about my tablet is I can't edit the way I want to edit. So I'm just gonna have to figure out
Alright.
ways to edit the way I want to edit, and I'll be perfect
Okay.
from there. So
Alright. Well, my brother, I just wanted to let you know because I've been watching your YouTube pages, and I know I don't been watching your raps and everything. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. I agree with you, bro. You give us positive content on the hurricane, and all you doing is asking for contribute and help, and because like you said, you using your own money. You're working, you got a family to take care of, wife, kids, and things like that. And you're doing a favor for the hurricane family. And when people come against you, saying all this negativity and stuff, you have a right to speak your mind, bro. And I don't get mad at you by speaking your mind, and I appreciate you doing it. And if they don't appreciate what you do, I appreciate what you do. But if I
I
had the
pre-
finance, I'll look out for you. But.
I appreciate you, Will. And like I said, they have a right to speak their mind too, and I have to understand that with the good, what comes with the good, the bad and good comes together. If I react to something, if I say something, somebody they have a right to react as well. You know what I'm saying? And that's the beautiful thing about this country. That's the beautiful thing about this world is, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's not going to agree with me, and people have a right to react. So I appreciate it, Will. And thanks for calling in. I'm gonna try to get as many calls as I can before the game starts. So I appreciate it. And what's your prediction for today? How do you think we do today?
I'm really skeptical about the day because we're playing Toledo again, and last year we almost lost to Toledo.
Yeah,
So if I'm like this, if they can get Nakosi Perry in some plays, I believe we'll be all right. But if they're gonna sit up there and leave Rozier in, then we're gonna have a tough battle. I'm serious because I'm seeing Nakosi Perry. He had 3 touchdowns in the red zone last game.
yes, it
3
did.
touchdowns in the red zone. And you mean to tell me you cannot give this young man playing time? Yeah, there's no excuse, Mark Rick. You need to get this boy on the field. And
Thanks,
if you have to
James.
do the two quarterback drill, do that because we need points. There's no excuse. I'm still a little hot that we lost that game against LSU. I'm a little hot because you said that you left Rozier in there all that game, and you had that young man on the field. Well, he was suspended that game, but you had the other
Kate
young man,
Weldon,
Chase
Kate
Weldon.
Weldon, and
You had
Jan
him
Williams.
now. You could have
Yeah,
got him some reps, and you didn't. You sit up there, you left Rozier in that game all, and by us saying that we trying to come back and be in the youth, that showed us right there. We're so far behind until we come to the realization that we need to start using our playmakers to make plays. You have Thomas, you have Richards, you have all these guys that's to make plays.
I think the thing that
Quarterback.
aggravated me, about the LSU game was him pulling Amon Richards out the game and they using an excuse because he got hurt, but they pulled Amon Richards out the game because Amon Richards got upset with Malik Rozier for throwing that bad pass that tweaked his knee. And my thing is you can't say I'm gonna hold everyone accountable, but you never hold Malik Rozier accountable. And those are the things that upset me about Coach Mark Rick. Those are the things that where I feel like, and like I said, I'm still gonna be me. I'm still gonna be 100% real. Those are the things where I feel like he's very, very hypocritical. I feel like he's a hypocrite in a lot of the things that he says, and those are things that just aggravates me about Rick. So I mean, it is what it is. But that's it. Let me take another caller, man. And hey, I appreciate your love, Big Will. You always been that Big Will. Big Will always been my big brother. He always comments, always checks on me, man. Seriously, when I say this, man, I love you to death, man. And you got my number. You know you give me a call anytime.
All right, much love to you, brother. be good to you. You and your family be good. All right, bro.
All right, I appreciate it, Big Will. Thanks, man.
All right.
I got to call one more person back because I got to call the person back that called in actually before Big Will, and I had Big Will on, so I got to call. Here we go. I think this. Let me see if this was the call. Yep, this was the call. Sorry. So hopefully you're still on the chat, my brother. You're still on. I'm calling you right now. If you're still on, I'm calling you right now, my brother. So I apologize for what happened. Hey, Travis, I need you to call in too, man. Travis, give me a call, man. We supposed to get up anyway.
Lonzo.
What's good, man? My bad. I meant to call you right back, but I ended up calling Big Will. But yeah, let's go ahead and finish what you was talking about your predictions and stuff, my brother.
For this game,
Yeah, for this game right here.
I give it. Being as Toledo at home, I give it prediction 45-32. I think it's gonna be a lot closer to people, right?
They only got us favored by 9. They only have us favored. Las Vegas only has us favored by 9. So Las Vegas thinks it's gonna be close.
They're still beating the odds then.
Yeah, Las Vegas thinks it's gonna be close.
Yeah, I give it 45-32.
305 Stunner said. 305 Stunner made a perfect comment, man. Our secondary gonna have to step up, man, because our defensive line they're not gonna get.
There were receivers they got.
Our
They got all them dudes that had over 1,000 yards.
Yeah, and our defensive line is not going to be able to get there fast enough because, see, the difference between coaches like that coach at Toledo and Coach Mark Richt is we don't know how bad Toledo's offensive line is, and the reason why we don't know how bad their offensive line is because they don't hold on to the football. They get rid of the football.
Right.
They do what James Coley and Jed Fish did when they was in Miami. They spread the ball out. They ran a lot of quick draws out of the backfield. They got the ball out of their hands quick, so we didn't take a lot of sacks.
They did a lot of screens. They did a lot of screens.
Exactly. Wide receiver screens and bubble screens and quick slants and quick hits to the tight ends and no one knew how bad our offensive line was until Coach Richt took over the team. And that's what I mean by hiding your deficiencies. If you don't have the horses, then you can't ride them. And Mark Richt wants to ride horses that he doesn't have, that's not built for us. Actually, that no team in college football really depends on offensive lines anymore, except for the teams in the Big East and Big 12 with with Michigan and all those guys. And the team that doesn't depend on the offensive line is Ohio State, and they continue to win because I'm not going to depend on a big guy to block for me more than I'm going to depend on my athletes to get the ball into to the hands of my athletes. And that's where me and Rick differ. I don't care about an offensive line more than I care about find ways to get the ball to the playmakers.
Yeah, I agree.
You know,
I agree.
Even Alabama has realized that now.
The thing with us that kills us, to be honest with you, under 10 to 15 yards, Malik cannot throw. He cannot throw under 15 yards. His intermediate and short pass, terrible accuracy.
But that's what you have to have. That actually is supposed to be your best part of your game. Your deep ball is supposed to what you're supposed to. There are quarterbacks in the NFL right now. You think about it. Jeff Garcia once. Matter of fact, I'll tell you another one. Steve Young. You never seen him throw a bunch of deep balls. You never seen Joe Montana throw a bunch of deep balls. The ones you seen throw a bunch of deep balls was John Elway, Dan Marino. Dan Marino didn't win a ring, but he threw a bunch of deep balls. You know what I'm saying? So if you can, another one that did, Kurt Warner, he didn't throw a bunch of deep balls. Their offense was innovative and spread, and you know what I'm saying. They didn't line up in I formations. You know, this is why I keep saying to people that you do not need an offensive line in order to be successful.
But Lonzo, I was optimistic this year. you. I ain't gonna lie. Coming into the season, a lot of people saying get rid of Rozier, this and that. I was thinking like this. I was like, okay, you know what? Yeah, I know this dude has his troubles, right?
Yes, sir.
But judging off the fact that Mark Richt, his season, he had Brad Collier. Second season, he changed the offense to fit Rozier a little bit. He started running with the quarterback a little bit. The reason why I thought he was going to start Rozier over Perry and all of those guys is because they didn't know that offense from the year that they ran the year before with Collier. Because that offense actually, you know, they had Duke and all the boys, you know. I figured that this year he was going to open up the playbook and implement a little bit of both of those two seasons. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I understand. I understand what you're saying, but the reason why I wasn't optimistic is I live in Columbia, South Carolina. I keep saying this. I live in SEC country, and his games came on here every week, and every single week, whether he was playing Alabama or Toledo High School or anybody he played, you would see the fans in the stands grabbing their hairs like, what the freak is he doing? And you can go over to Uncle Lou channel and look at his previous videos before they fired Rick. I'm talking about 3, 4, 5 years before they fired Rick. And you can listen to him and listen to his fans comment and say Mark has to go. They were ready for him to go because no matter who it was, he could never really beat nobody. He would win games, but he couldn't beat nobody. And it's a difference. Jimmy Johnson beat people.
I'm with you. But you got to keep in mind too now, his last 5, 6, 7 years at Georgia, he wasn't calling no plays no more.
Oh yeah, because they took it from him because he couldn't call plays when he was calling. Because he couldn't call plays. So that's my thing. They took plays from him because he couldn't call plays. So they asked him just to be the head coach. And even some of the players, and this is facts, even some of the players came out last year and this year and said that there were times where they thought he was just mentally checked out of games, during games. And I see that on the side, and I tend to see that on the sideline now, where it's just like he's just like in a different, I don't know if he needs Adderall or something, he knows to focus better or something.
You know what? You know what, Lonzo? I'm gonna tell you like this. When it comes down to it, I look at it like this. When Rick was at Florida State, and he had the receivers from Florida now.
Yeah.
He had, matter of fact, that 99 year, he had Peter Ward, Ernest Cole, then he came back. After them boys left, he had Snoop Menace and them guys.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, they were moving the ball at State now. I don't care what nobody says. State, you could not stop their offense.
But answer this question though. Answer this question though.
Uh-huh.
And this is why this is the only reason I'm asking you this question. Was it him or was it just the players? Because I say the same thing about Jim. I say the same thing about Jimbo Fisher. When he had Jameis Winston, no one talked about how bad the offensive line was. They won a national championship. They were great. They were this, they were that. And Jimbo Fisher was one of the best coaches in college football. And as soon as Jameis Winston leaves, as soon as he leaves, Jimbo Fisher leaves because he couldn't win. Great coaches. My bad. Great coaches make players.
Great coaches can make intermediate players look great.
Yep.
At the same time, same token, great players can make intermediate coaches
look great.
Great.
But it's the job, especially in college football. It's the job of the great coaches making the idiot. Because I can guarantee you, you look at what Mike Leach did at Texas Tech. You look at what Mike Leach is doing at Washington State now. Nobody even know who Washington State is, and they were ranked in the top 20 last year. And what he doing? What he doing? Could you imagine Mike Leach in Miami with this offense? Just imagine it.
It will be explosive.
Or imagine Art Briles. Or imagine Art Briles. What they did with less talent.
It will be explosive. I give him that.
And that's all I'm saying is, you as an NFL coach, I depend more on the players because those guys are grown men who getting paid. As college coaches, I depend more on the coaches because they're coaching
There is
young
no
men, they're
way.
coaching kids.
There is no way with the
I'm-
talent we got at receiver and running back and tight end. Listen, man, there's no way anybody could guard,
can I respond?
guard our receiver for more than 3 seconds.
Can I respond to something in the chat? Someone said Mike Leach beat his kids like Ohio State. Okay, that's a comment that was made. The only reason Mike Leach got fired for that, and there's a lot of people that say that was an untrue story, but the only reason Mike Leach got fired from Texas Tech because of that was because the child that claimed the abuse, his father was one of the biggest, and he got fired from ESPN. His father was one of the biggest ESPN announcers and on ESPN. So that's what made that. There you go. It was a famous kid. His father was famous. So that's the only reason why that went. I'm just checking the time to make sure that we still have enough time for the game. Come on. That was the only reason why Mike Leach got fired from Texas Tech. Because if it was anyone else, and they said he didn't even beat him, they say he got locked in a closet for a couple politics. There you go. We hired Rick for politics. We hired Rick for politics, and we didn't hire Leach for politics because Mike Leach said he wanted the job, and there was a million fans screaming they wanted Mike Leach. And the reason why Rick got hired over Leach, two reasons: politics, and the other reason was Blake James reached out to Rick years before, and he really wanted Mark Rick, and Mark Rick turned us down. And then when he got fired, he accepted the job. So.
I'm gonna say this though. I'm gonna say this. In all, being a Miami fan for as long as I have, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. We got the best coach for the job, and the only reason I say that is because one thing about Mark Richt, he came up under the tutelage of Bobby Bowden, and I'm gonna be honest. I was right here in Florida. Matter of fact, I graduated high school about an hour away from Tallahassee, and I watched Bobby. Dude, Bobby was a nasty motherfucker. And they did all kind of shit at Florida State.
I know.
I'm talking about them.
I know.
Everything.
I lived in Panama City.
I remember Peter Ward riding the Navigator on 20s back then.
Bro, my cousin played basketball. My cousin played basketball at Florida State when Peter Ward was there. When he played basketball with Peter, I've talked to Peter a bunch of times. I lived in Panama City. I went to TCC in Tallahassee, and I understand exactly what you're saying. The reason why I don't think Mark Richt is the coach for Miami is because he was damn near born, raised in Miami, and went to Miami, and he's a Miami guy, but he doesn't have a Miami attitude. You know who has a Miami attitude? Manny Diaz has a Miami attitude.
You're speaking on those terms, and I'm with you on that. You're not wrong.
But
at the same token, though, at Miami, one thing we always got is that microscope on us, man.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying you have to be. I'm not saying you have to be. Curtis. That's not what I'm saying. What I mean by Miami attitude is show some emotion, show some fire, show that you're not afraid. Don't be scared to beat a team down. That's what I mean by Miami attitude. I feel like he's a guy who first off, he blames players too much. He blames players. He's consistently blaming the offensive line all the time. That's not what a man does, is blame players. And that's what he does a lot. Another thing that I don't like is he shows zero fire. He shows zero fire. And I feel like you know who showed more fire than he showed? You know who showed more? You know,
Lonzo, that's gonna come out of it.
It never has. He didn't do it at Georgia.
Ain't gonna be no way he gonna stay in Miami and he not show fire.
Bro,
that's gonna come out of
he's been coaching he's been a head coach for 18 years and he's never shown fire. You are who you are. Just think about it. God bless the dead, the former coach of the Dolphins. What's his name? The last time we won. Huh? No, the last one who won, the guy who just died. He just passed away.
Yeah. I can't think of his name.
No one liked him. No one liked him, right? They tried everything they could to get something to work for Miami, and nothing worked. And then they came up with that Wildcat. And for that one season, the Dolphins set the world. And that is I will never forget that season. But you know the one, and it was a great season. We won. Tony Sperano, God bless the dead, Tony Sperano. He will always be a Dolphin,
Right.
even if he got fired, because he was thrown in the fire. He wasn't hired. He was an interim coach. And they came up with that. When they came up with that system to get his best players involved, which Ricky Williams and Ronnie Brown, and they did that Wildcat, and we were winning games. And when they were making bad plays, he showed fire. When they made good plays, he showed fire and emotion. And I have way more respect for him as a coach than I do as Mark Richt. I swear to you, because he showed that he cared. He showed that he cared. So I have way more respect for Tony Sperano than I've ever had for Mark Richt. And it's not that Tony Sperano is a better coach. It's that Tony Sperano showed that he cared.
You got a lot of valid points, man. And I'm with you on all of them.
So I'm not saying he's a better coach. I'm just saying I have more respect.
What I'm saying for Miami, given our history, even though it's flawed, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's flawed. The history of Miami and the sanctions and whatnot, all that stuff, really, that shit got blown out of proportion on every wavelength. But at the end of the day, because to be honest with you, Miami ain't did nothing compared to what probably 80% of the other colleges, big name colleges, do.
But you know what we have now, though? You know what we have now? Excuse my French. You know what we have now? We have a guy that's running Miami right now that actually has balls, that went at the NCAA and told them, try me anymore, and I'm gonna end you. And that guy is Mr. President Julio Frank. I read the letter. You guys go pick up the letter that he wrote to the NCAA the year before last, when they were still playing around with our sanctions and telling us what they were gonna do. And Julio Frank wrote a letter, and he wrote a letter with cursing in it. He wrote it, and I read it. It was put out there, and I read it, and he scared the NCAA. So I'm telling you, as long as Julio Frank is the president of Miami, I don't give a shit about the NCAA. I don't give a shit about sanctions. Because when they come at Miami, I'm telling you, they better come right. Because Julio Frank, he has something. I don't know what he got on him. I don't know. But this young man, he's from Mexico. He speaks English, but he has a deep Mexican, he has a deep Spanish accent, he has a deep Mexican accent. And I'm telling you, he is not the one to play with. I'm letting you guys know, Mr. Julio Frank, he kind of remind me of me a little bit. Because I'm telling you, come at me, you better have your eggs, you better have your ducks in a row. Because whatever I got on you, I'm going to spill it. And that's what Julio Frank did. And I loved him for that. So I'm not worried about the NCAA, because I think we have a president that's gonna defend Miami, unlike Donna Shalala.
Right. Yeah, because Donna, she really. I personally, I'm gonna be honest with you, I personally didn't think Al Golden was a bad coach.
I say the same thing. I think he was a bad manager. I think he was a bad manager.
I put it like, I don't even think he was a bad manager.
What I mean by bad manager is you should have fired your brother.
You put any real person in a situation like that where you think you get hired on a job, you think you're gonna get a job that you finna feed your family, you finna do the best thing you ever did, then you get there and a month later, 2 months later, boom.
Oh no, I'm not saying
y'all knew this shit. Y'all knew this before y'all even came at me. Y'all could have told me something.
I'm not saying bad manager as of the way he managed the team. I'm saying I thought that he should. What I mean by bad manager is, no matter who you love or not love, I truly believe if he would have fired D'Onofrio, just a man. I keep saying this, people disagree with me. If D'Onofrio would have got fired and Manny Diaz would have got hired, Al Golden would still be the coach, and we probably would have won the ACC championship by now. And the reason why I say that is because we had an offense that was potent and our defense was trash.
Yeah, the best coordinator we'd have had in the last few years, to be honest with you, was Coley.
Coley, and I like Fitz too, but Coley was our best, and our offense was good. Our offense was good. Our defense was trash, and
we had Cooper and all.
We still had the horses. we still had the horses. We just couldn't get it done on defense. It was never our offense. We couldn't get it done on defense. You can leave it out just now. Just sit out there in the rain. Let the rain wash it. Just sit. Put it in the yard though. I'm talking to my daughter.
But I guarantee you, I'm gonna put it to you like this: we have the talent right now, and I've been around Miami a long time. Been watching. Be honest with you, I can go back as far as I want to, and I ain't never seen the receivers that we got now at Miami.
And we can't get the ball.
At one time.
At once, and can't get the ball. And we got about a few more minutes left for this game. Come on. So I'm gonna take 2 more callers. I appreciate it, my brother. You always welcome to call back. Love you, man. Thanks for the great conversation. But I need to take a couple more calls because that game come on at 12, and it is now 11:44. So I want to take a few more calls before the game comes on because I don't want to run into college football vids. I don't want to run into his time. And he does live videos during the game, so I don't want to infringe on his time.
Yeah, man, no doubt, man. But yeah, we keep in touch. Next time you come down, man, let me know. Like I told you, I'm right up the street from the stadium.
All right, hey, I'm right. Hey, if you, I don't know if you know 786. I don't know if you know 786. I don't give out his real name because he don't say his real name, so I don't give out his real name on the air. But he's been on the show a couple times. He chatted back and forth with me, and we've met up. And I'm a type. I'm a real loyal person, and
right.
He's a real loyal person, and we've only met once, and he's my brother, and I love him to death. And so that's who I get. That's who I tailgate with.
You got another one, partner.
And he's right there in Miami Gardens as well. He's a few minutes from the stadium, so we'll all get up. Believe me.
Yeah, no doubt.
All right,
man. We're gonna do that thing. Like I said, 45-32.
All right, my brother. Appreciate it.
Stand up.
I think it's on ESPN2. I think it's channel 209 on DirecTV. I don't know about everything, but it's on one of the ESPN channels. ESPN2. All right, the phone line is still open. I'm going to take 1, maybe 2 more calls. I'm going to take 1, maybe 2 more calls. I'm about to put my thing back in the chat, put my number back in the chat for people to call me. And I will be going on live directly after the game. I will be going on live directly after the game so you guys can call and give me your opinion. But yes, it's ESPN2. If you have DirecTV, it's channel 209. Anything else, I have no idea. We got 14 minutes before the game starts. I'm going to ask you guys again, please. Like I said, I'm not asking for donations, but if you want to give them, give them. I don't know how many more games I'm going to make this year. But like I said, I did a video last night where I was definitely in my feelings and, had to let some things out. But I'm not going to give up on my family. I'm not going to give up on my family. My family hasn't given up on me, so I'm not going to give up on my family. But I'm going to continue to try to bring the fire. And if I get down or so, if I get down to where I feel like I can't do a show, I'll let you guys know that I'm just not feeling it today, and I won't do a show, and I won't explain, but I just let you guys understand what I'm going. I'll let you know, guys. No, I just can't do a show. Another thing, please, the 40 subscribers that I lost, you don't have to come back, but y'all guys get me 40 more, because that stung me. I was like, oh my God, 40? Goodness gracious, 40? That's a lot. I got somebody calling from Texas. 40? That was a lot for me. Wow. What's going on, family? What we got?
Hey, what's up, brother? I just wanted to ask you, what do you think our chances are of at least making the college football playoff right now? Because I honestly don't see any kind of path after losing that LSU game.
What do I think our chances? What do I think our chances are? Do you want me to be honest? Do you want me to be honest, or do you want me to say what everybody wants me to say? Because I can do either one.
Just be honest, because I'm not really with the moral victories. I'm just play for a national championship.
I'm just being sarcastic. I'm just being sarcastic, my brother. I'm telling you, I think our chances. I have two different scenarios. I believe if Malik Rozier is our quarterback, our chances of winning 10 games this year, of winning 9 games this year, is 40%. If Malik Rozier is I'm gonna finish the question for you. If Malik Rozier is our quarterback, I believe our chances of winning 9 games is about 40%. I believe if N'Kosi Perry is our quarterback, we have a chance to win the ACC championship and beat Clemson. That's how different. That's how different our offense looks when Perry's in the game compared to when Rozier is in the game. And I'm telling you, if you would have saw the game last week, I was there. I love everybody. Everybody thinks the 300 section is the worst section. And the 300 section to me is the best section because I'm almost on the 50 and I can see everything. I can see every single thing. And as soon as Malik Rozier threw his first pass and we went 3 and out, the whole crowd booed the hell out of him for a reason because he can't play. And I actually came on the air last week and said that I don't know if it's more of, and I've been killing Rick, but I said last week, I don't know if it's more of Rick play calling or if it's more Malik. And everybody else been saying it's Malik. And I've been blaming Rick and Malik. I'm telling you, I've been blaming both. When I seen Perry last week, I blame all Malik. And I gave all the respect in the world to Mark Rick. And Mark Rick yanked my heart out. He yanked my damn heart out, man. I'm about to cry. I'm trying not to cry. He yanked my heart out when he named Malik the starting quarterback this week. I was like, oh, exactly. God, why? Hold on, I need to towel. Now, I got one right here. I'm sorry, I got one. I'm sorry. You done made me emotional, and that's not right. You shouldn't come on my show and do me like this.
No, we back. I just got 2 quick points because I know you got to go because the game's about to come on. The first point is it was so embarrassing to hear LSU's defensive coordinator. They said it during the game. Say Miami basically doesn't have an intermediate passing game. Like that was the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard for a defensive coordinator to call out our offense like that. And he was right. He was totally right. We don't have any kind of.
We do. We do. You know when we had one?
Check down.
You know when we had one? You know when we had one? We had one in the second quarter when Perry came in the game and threw the ball to Brevin Jordan. Brevin Jordan caught touchdowns. We threw slants. We threw everything. We had an intermediate passing game. As soon as N'Kosi Perry came in the game, we had an intermediate passing game.
Yeah.
As soon as he came in.
This is just ridiculous, and it's ridiculous. And I was a kid in 2001 and 2002, but I remember, my dad is a big Hurricane fan. I remember, the sheer disappointment in 2002 when we lost that national championship.
No, don't say that. Don't say that. Don't say we lost. Because we did not.
No, we didn't lose.
To this day,
we got screwed.
I got me, and I have me, and I still got to put. I need to go get it because at my Big Mama house, I have my replica, that I got made, my replica 2002 national championship ring. That's that.
Yeah, exactly. We won that game. We won that game. Nobody will ever be able to tell me that we didn't win that game. And it's like, I feel the emotion of every Miami Hurricane fan because we're so anxious to get another one, to just get another one. And for them to put that garbage out on the field 2 weeks ago, that really hurt my feelings because,
You know what's worse than that, though? You know what's worse than that, though? You know what's worse than that loss? See, we can recover from that loss. You know what's even worse than that loss? Is watching N'Kosi come in last week and do what he do and earn the starting position. Earned it on the field, and then you give it back to Rozier. He didn't earn it, and you give it to him. And that's why I have minus 0.5 respect for Mark Richt. People can get mad at me. I don't respect him. I have zero respect. No, hear me. I don't respect him because when you earn it, it should be given to you when you earn it. He didn't go out there. It was given to Malik. Malik never earned it. It was given to him, right?
Yeah.
And he doesn't have to earn it. Someone made a comment a little while ago, and I need to take one more call, but someone made a comment a little while ago. Who was it? I'm sitting there looking at it right. I'm trying to find it. Norman. Norman Franklin just made a comment. The offensive line has no respect for Rozier. Because they seem to block better for Perry.
No, that's garbage. Because
Hey, I'm not gonna say it's garbage. I'm not gonna say it's garbage or not. What I'm saying is, we have so many people that get on the offensive line that they blame the offensive line for so much, but the team plays better when Perry's in the game. I'm just throwing out a statement that I'm not agreeing with or disagreeing with. But what I'm saying is, it can be said because there has been times in football when professional players say it, college players say it. When certain offensive linemen don't respect the quarterback, they won't work for him. And that's
yeah.
you know. So I don't know. All I know is the offense looks way better when Perry's in the game. That's all.
Now I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna let you go. One thing, I watched that LSU game. Now the offensive line wasn't great, but they were blocking efficiently enough for Malik Rozier to make some passes.
Especially in the first half. Especially in the first half when they wasn't blitzing them. They were.
Yeah, Malik Rozier, he's one of those guys. I always say there's always one guy who's like an aberration for 1 year, and he comes on the scene. He's like a Tim Tebow. He's like a Dak Prescott.
But he didn't even do that.
Like a Jeremy Lin.
He didn't even do that.
Once they figure out who you are and what you do, you're no longer efficient.
My thing
because
is
you were just an aberration. You were a surprise.
But he
That's
wasn't.
what he was last year.
Last year was his first year, and he was horrible. He was horrible last year.
Yeah, he was horrible, but he got lucky in a lot of times, and that luck overshadowed.
It didn't overshadow.
Ineptitude as a quarterback.
Did you watch my? Did you watch my game? Did you watch my videos? I gave every.
Yeah, I watch the videos all the time.
I gave every win to the defense because we should have never been put in them situations.
Oh yeah.
That's my point. We should have never been. We should have blew mostly every team out last year. Let me take one more call. We got 5 minutes. I'm trying to take one more call before we and I'm doing one after the show too. So I promise you can call back. I'm coming on right after the show. All right, my brother. You too, my brother. All right. We got 4 minutes. So if anybody want to call before and give a prediction, we got 4 minutes. 803-201-0135. I'll put it back in the chat. I might go over one. Here we go. Last call, Kentucky. Last call. If you ain't a Miami fan, though, I'm going to hang up on you. I'm just messing with you. Who you got?
Yeah, I'm a Miami fan.
I'm just messing with you. Bro. What's up, man?
What's up, Zoe? I just want to say your video is huge for inspiration to me, man. I've been watching for about a year now. I think you're doing the best job.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks, man. That means a lot. That really means a lot to me. That really means a lot.
Yeah, I just want to get your position on one thing. I just want to know, are you calling for Coach Mark Richt's head or not? Like, where do you stand on that?
I'm not calling for his head yet.
Okay.
I'm not calling for his head yet. It's getting there though. It's getting there, and I think it's getting there, and I think it's unfair for me. I think I'm being a little bit unfair to Rick by me getting to that point. And one of the reasons I get to that point is because I never wanted him. So it's not like I'm not saying I'm not giving him a fair shake, but the one thing that I continue to look at is him not really be a man and stand up and do what's right. And I look at situations like when he blames the offensive line. Liberty City boy, what's up, big brother? When he blames the offensive line, and then he holds them accountable when he pulls out our best receiver for yelling at our worst quarterback. And then when you put Perry in the game last week, before he got in the game, we could barely move the football. And you put Perry in the game, and he puts up 28 straight points and dominates. And then you name Malik Rozier the starter after it has been proven and after Perry earned the starting position last week. there should have been no question. Just like D said, Perry earned the job last week. It shouldn't even be a question. And Mark Richt continues to play these BS games. He continues to be a head coach who looks like he doesn't know what he's doing. So I'm not there calling for his head yet, and I may be being a little bit unfair, but I am this close to wanting him fired. Not just hire an offensive coordinator. I am this close to wanting him fired because what he's doing, he's not just hurting the football program. You can talk about all the money he's brought to the program and the indoor practice facility and all that, but what he's doing is he's hurting the inner city youth that may want to come to Miami and see the favoritism that he's playing and see the politics that he's playing and say, freak that, I'll go to Clemson. And that's what I'm afraid of. That's what I'm afraid of.
Right. I think he's really just like a stubborn old man. Like he's stuck in his place, you know?
And you know what? Can I say something? Can I say something? I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but some comments get to me. Victor just asked me, who would take this job? Another Al Golden? See, there's no reason to throw shots out. There are a lot of coaches that would take this job in college football. There are a lot of coaches that are available, that are young, hungry coaches that will be better for this job than Mark Richt. So no, I don't want another Al Golden. Actually, right now, to me, the only thing Mark Richt doing better than Al Golden did is getting donations. But on the offense side of the ball,
I think our recruiting is better too than Al Golden.
Recruiting is better because we're no longer under sanctions. We were under sanctions the whole time Al Golden was there, and we still stayed in the top 25.
Yeah, I'm talking about, and as far as like the mentality of the players, I feel like the players we got in the past they don't got that edge, that Miami edge.
Yes, the offensive players don't. Right now, the offensive players don't. The defensive players did. All right, think about it. When Manny Diaz took over our defense, right? It was the same year Mark Richt took over our offense, right? Our defense showed attitude, edge, and everything, right? Those guys did everything, right?
Yeah.
Those were all Al Golden players. All of them.
Yeah, now
hear me, all of them. And most of the players right now are still Al Golden players that are playing right now on defense.
Yeah, 3 linebackers, most of them.
You know what I'm saying is, it's not the players. The players take on the personality of the coach. That's exactly how that goes. What time is it? All right, it is 12:01. I have to get off. I apologize. I stayed on too long.
All right.
Hey, y'all do me a favor, man. Please subscribe to the channel, man. Give me some more thumbs up before y'all hang up on this. I got 58 viewers and 14 likes. Y'all give me some thumbs up, man. If you know anybody who likes the channel, please subscribe, and I will be on as soon as the game is over with, man. I love you guys. What's your name again, big homie?
D. Reveille. You're doing a great job, though. Keep it up.
Hey, I'm gonna let you do it. I usually say I'm out representing you. I'm out, but I want you to say your name and cancel the show and say you out.
All right.
You can say it now. Go ahead and say it now. I got you here. I want you to do this. I'm gonna give you the honors to end the show.
Okay, can't stand it coming to the game. I think it's gonna be a blowout. It's gonna be 45-17, Miami. Go Canes.
Go Canes. Representing you all day, every day, and we're out.
All right, we out.